Let's talk about that life is about the journey and not the destination. A lot of people mention this quote, a lot of people say something along these lines, and a lot of people really mean it. And then again, a lot of people really just don't get it. Because the way most people think is that if I could only have all of this and all of that, I would be happy. If only I could reach my goals and accomplish everything that I want and have all this money and all this fame and all the perfect relationships and everything that I ever wanted, well then I'd be super happy. And of course, that's not true. Because there are people that have attained that, there are people that have reached that, and there are people that have been massively successful in those terms and ended up miserable. And sometimes they don't just stop with being miserable, they go even further and further until it ends. And so we come to the phrase that life is about the journey and not the destination. Which simply means that you should take pleasure in the progress over the attainment. That you should value your higher purpose, your internal fulfillment over the external factors and the external validation. So yes, life is about the journey, not the destination. But how do you apply this? Well, as you're watching this video, you're probably operating from one out of two modes. The first one could be that you're watching this as a way to distract yourself, a way to get your attention off of what's really going on in your life, and you want to watch me talk to you about all this amazing stuff, and you want to kind of get lost in it and just kind of lose yourself a bit. And the other mode might be that you're watching this to improve, to grow, and to apply it to what you're doing, to go even further and to reach new heights. Now, I really hope that you're the second one of those two. Because if you're in the first mode, you're pretty much just distracting yourself. And you're trying to find happiness in other things. However, if you're already internally fulfilled, if you're already feeling good about yourself because you're moving towards what you're supposed to be doing, then you'll have a completely different interpretation of everything that I'm saying, everything that is said to you, and the way that you perceive life is entirely different. Now, through my journey, I've shifted from the first one to the second one, and I can tell you that it's not easy, and I'm sure if some of you have been through the same thing, you know that it's a tough shift to make. But the only way to really do it is to let go of all the external validation and to really start feeling fulfilled from within. To really start taking pleasure in the progress and the step by step rather than the end. That doesn't mean that you can't celebrate winning. That doesn't mean that you can't be happy about reaching your goals. Of course you should. But it simply means that you need to find your true happiness and fulfillment in the journey and the progress. And the fact of the matter is that if you can do that, your life will become a lot easier. Problems and things that have stopped you, things that have blocked you, things that have gotten in your way will move out very quickly as you make the shift to become someone who really is all about the journey, someone who really takes internal fulfillment from it. You should always progress, you should always move forward and expand, but the internal fulfillment needs to come along with you. Because otherwise, you're only trying to make ends meet. You're only trying to make yourself feel good temporarily with some kind of solution. You're trying to look for that magic pill that's gonna make you happy forever and make everything perfect. And it's never gonna happen. So what you should do is make the shift to the other mindset, the other state of mind where you truly love each step of the process. Now, love is a strong word. You might not enjoy every piece of the process. However, you can get internal fulfillment from it. Because you know you're doing the right thing. You know that you're on the right track. You know that you're moving in the right direction. And that's really what's most important of all. In a way, that is the secret. And that is why life is about the journey and not the destination. It's about constantly creating and progressing. It's about constantly expanding and growing and moving further. Because if you reach some height and you stop and you think you've made it, well, it's very likely that you'll go downhill and become miserable. So always expand, always build, and always take pleasure in the progress. Because that's truly what matters the very most. Put your attention on that and take it off the external factors, and you'll see the shift that happens in your mind is actually quite amazing, and it can change your life forever. That is, if you would only apply it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And also comment below to let me know what you think. Be sure to spread the word through sharing and letting other people know. Because the second year of daily videos has begun. Hope that you stay along for the ride, and I hope that you enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.